Hey guys, Nathan Brendan Masters, and it's going to be a painting live stream. How about that? We're doing some painting today, and I'm, of course, I have my fluid watercolor paper. I am going to be working with this for a while, and I'll do my other work with some of my other paper later. So let's see what we have here. I've got me some washi tape, and that's this here. It's very thin tape. You can grab that off of eBay, and you use it for stuff like this. Some people actually use it in their sketchbook. They make designs and stuff with it as well. Today, I'm just going to use it to square off my page here. So I don't know if I have this. This doesn't seem like it's 100% straight down there, but we're going to work with it just the way it is. So I'm going to be using my Arteza, and I'll be using my Koi watercolors as well. I have my water brush actually filled up. So let's just, there we go, right there. So that's nice and filled up. We're going to be using the water brushes today, and only using the brushes as needed. I say that now, but I really would like to might throw this one into the mix because this picks up a lot of water. I like this brush. So we'll see. I'm gonna do some landscapes. I don't know if you really want to call them landscapes. I guess that's what they would be. Landscapes. Yeah, we're gonna do that. So cellulose paper right here. I am going to use some cotton paper one day. I do have some. I'm just kind of saving it. So let's get into it. I'm going to use this brush today. This is a nice wide brush. I have some clean water over here. So we're going to start with that. One of these I'm going to use. We're going to use wet on wet, while the other not so much. So um, we'll just jump into that and try to wet this as much as possible. You still kind of have to work kind of fast with this paper because it, like I said, it's not cotton, so it's going to dry a little bit quicker. But I've actually been quite surprised at how this paper doesn't dry super quick. It just, it actually keeps the paint there for a while. Let me go and use. Let me start off with this brush right here. We're going to start off with this one, and I'm going to use the Koi set just to get started. Since this brush does hold so much paint, let's go with blue because I always like to start off with the blue. See how much blue we can get in here. Let's just bring it all the way down. Okay, I like that. Now keep in mind that I have no uh, particular idea right now what I'm going to be drawing. So you're going to be as surprised as I am. I am happy about the way the water is spreading, though. That's nice. Now, one of these may come out looking like nothing, and the other one may come out looking like something, or they may both come out looking like something, or they may both come out looking like nothing. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to put a nice coat of blue up here. And I'm just going to let it run out. Bigger brush. Let's go with my big water brush. Let's do that. I think that's a good idea. There's a lot of water down here, so I'm going to actually switch to this because that is actually the wrong brush. I'm going to switch to this brush because there's water, a lot of water down here. We're going to bring this up a little bit since there's so much of it down there. All right, so I'm interested in how this is going to dry up here. I may go for a darker coat of blue up there. See, do I want to use, let's do something a little bit, I was going to say unexpected, but knowing me, this isn't going to be unexpected. So when in doubt, aquamarine blue. That's how we're doing it right now. What the hell just happened there? Where did that color even come from? We're gonna let it go down, 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 down until it gets to this light color. There's really a lot of water at the bottom of this page here. So I'm going to actually get some of that off of there because I don't think that's going to be needed down there. Um, Let me think before I say that. See, is there anything we can do with this kind of? Let's see. Let's grab some green. Got some green going. I'm not going to wet the brush as much as just get it into the green. Let's see. So much for me worrying about that staying wet. Let's see. Grab this. All right, there we go. Still kind of wet, but not really a problem. Okay, so now typically what's supposed to happen is that uh, you'll do some techniques and need for this side to dry, and there's definitely going to be a need for this side here to dry. So we'll see what we can do with this when we come back. I have an idea of what we're going to do. But before we do that, I'm going to get just a little bit more green, the bottom down here. I know the title says sketch with me, and this isn't really sketching as much as painting, but I'll change it later. I think I'll come up here so you know there'll be some trees up in here, this area. So I'll get that started right there. Now, on this other side here, I'm not going to do too much. I'm going to set the paint up there. And since I already have green, you can't see that. There we go. We're going to start off with green, and I'm not going to wet this side. This is just going to be paint and water. Now that I think about it, I probably should have done this technique on the other side, but you get what you get here. So let's see. So I'm gonna let that do a little something up there for a while. And I'm gonna come back over here to this one. No, I'm not, because that doesn't look like it's as dry as I would want it. So we're gonna go back over here. Just like this. Right in there. We'll let this, because this is going to be dry actually pretty quickly here. So now allow me to put other colors on top of it. Let's go back over here, see what we got going on. Right there. Some trees. I changed the way I'm actually doing the leaves. So just doing them like that. And what's going to happen is, see, those are going to be back there. So these are going to be very big, a lot of branches, things like that going on. All right, now up in, let's see, that's back there. I'm going to do some that's up here in the front. they're going to have a little bit more, um, they're going to be a little bit darker. And that will let them stand out more. And get a lot more color on there. A little bit more green.
It's 11 o'clock.
Yep, I forgot to turn my computer off again. Turn my computer down again. So you now know what time it is. At least what time it is for me. I don't usually do live streams this late, actually. I usually do them around 9 o'clock. But I hadn't decided whether I wanted to do one or not. I decided to do one because I hadn't done one in a while. Let's see. Now I don't want to. I hadn't done one in a few days, I should say. I don't want to. Well, I've already done it. Now I've kind of hidden the trees in the back, and I didn't want to do that. I should make these trees a little bit thinner. Let's see what I can do here. See if I can make maybe another tree back here. No, all right. So that didn't work out exactly the way I wanted it to. I'm going to color this one over here a little bit darker so it stands out. It can actually have its form and it's separate from the tree over there. So we'll do that. All right, so we got that going on. I'll let that go in a little bit. Let's get a little bit of in there. Now over here, I can see this is not nearly drying the way I would like it to. Uh, None of this actually is. This doesn't look anyway like I would like it to. So uh, I may go ahead and hit it with another coat of paint. That's what I think would be a good idea. Where's my blue here? I'm gonna go with the big brush. We're gonna put on a big coat of paint. Don't really want to disturb the trees down there, but we'll see if we can fix this one and turn this into something nice. So that's going on right there. Let's get that in there. So, all right, let's hope for something nice. We're gonna go back over here, and I think I'm gonna stay with the green. Um, stay with the green here. Uh, let's see. Do I want to do any blue at all over here? Let's not do any blue on this one. Let's go with some other colors completely. We're gonna stay with the big brush for a minute. Let's mix that in there. Now the brush is going dry, as you can see in here. Um, hey, look how that's mixed in there. That's actually kind of. I don't necessarily know what we're gonna do with it, but it's a nice mix. All right, very nice, very nice. Okay, let's go back to the green. We will put some darker shades of green down here. I don't know if this is going to be foliage or what it's going to be. All right, so now what's going on right here is I kind of ruined the ideal of what I wanted to do. I could possibly kind of pull it off if I make the trees taller, but then because I wanted to do some mountains back here, you know what? Let's see what we can do. We're going to get some mountains back there. I'm going to switch off to this pen, which is funny because I said this is what we were going to be using in the first place. I kind of knew when I said that wasn't going to be true. It's like as soon as it came out of my mouth, I was like, nah, it's probably not going to be the case. But let's try that, and maybe we can get this back here without disturbing the trees too much. Let me get a little bit more. I just wet all the paint over there that I didn't want to wet. Bianca, hey, how's it going? Just in time for an odd paint stream. And so we got this going. I guess I can kind of make that into a mountain. I'm going to come back to that with you guys know I'm going to come back to that with a little bit of ink later on. But I'm going to actually, before I do that though, I am going to make this here so that I can know where I want to put the ink later, because once the ink gets on here, that's going to be a whole different story. So, see, we got that. I'm wondering, let's make the mountains over here. And I'm just going to kind of use this gray to kind of get the idea that the mountains are there. And then we're going to have this one. Just to give me an idea where the mountains are, so I won't mess up when I come back for it. Okay, so we're going to wash that off a little bit. And let's go back into the green. I'm going to go ahead and push this out of the way right now. So if you're looking at this and you're thinking, this is not a very attractive, not a very attractive landscape, you are 100% correct. And that's what we're doing. Right now, we're trying to fix it to turn it into something that was more attractive. I want to get these mountains down here at the bottom, but I did a little bit too much. Uh, I put too many trees down there. I went all the way down to the bottom for the trees. So we're going to let this stay here like this for a while and let it dry. And then I'll come back to that. We're going to go back over here. Let's see. So this, I don't know what this is, but I like it though. So we're going to throw some more colors in there. Let's do some stuff up here. Let's get that red in there. I like that red. Try to keep my arm. You know what? I'm going to use my other hand. We're here. I got to keep my hand up off of this other painting over here. There we go. Squeeze a little bit of water into that. And we're going to bring this red all the way down. We're going to get some more at the top here. We'll come back and do something with that. And now for this, I'm going to grab a little bit of ink, but we're going to use the Sumi ink. Let's see, this says Blick ink. I'm not sure this is the Blick ink. I think this I think this is Sumi ink. I don't think this is Blick ink. We'll see. I think this is Sumi ink. No, I guess this is Blick ink, because if this were Sumi ink, it would be, yeah, it would have covered. It would have covered a lot better. So, dag blasted. Where exactly is the Sumi ink? Because that's what I want to use. Let's see. There's some Sumi ink in front of me, but it's not the type that I use most of the time. I'm gonna go and believe that this is Blick. I really believe that I may have put the wrong top on. The wrong ink. Well, no, I guess not, because here's the Sumi ink right here, and as you can see, the Sumi ink covers way darker. I'm going there like that. No assurances, guys. No assurances. I'm gonna actually eat the trees up a little bit, and then we'll do that. Little angles to the mountains. And let's see, piece out like that, and then we can have it go this way. And dip it in some water. All right. And there we go. Now, what I could do is bring those mountains all the way down and over and just kind of like let them take up the presence down here, but I don't know if I want to do that or not. Or maybe put some trees, some small trees back there. That looks like what I might want to do. And so we'll use this to kind of shape this one here. So I'm going to put this one away. Set that right there. Now for this one over here, which is, again, don't know what that is, but I like it. I'm going to let's try to do some lifting and see if we can lift some of this off and see if that will give us something. Let's see. Let's actually add a little bit since this is here. Let's add a little bit of this to it. Ooh, that's nice. We're going to let that spread and see where it goes. I'm amazed at the fact that this paper is still this wet. This is spreading like that. That is nice. We're gonna let that happen. All right. So since that's happening there, are we gonna mess with trees over here? Is that what we're thinking? Trees on the mountaintop. We want to do that kind of thing. Because if we do, it's not going to happen with this brush. I know that for a fact. Um, let's get down in there. Uh, Detail brush. I think that's a good idea. But which one? We're going to use the tiniest. Wait a minute. This is a good test for the. I always say this wrong. It's the silver black velvet. It's a good test for the silver black velvet. We're gonna dip in some water here and get us some green. We're gonna see how we can how thin we can make this. But you know what? That's not gonna show up in the blue. Dag blasted. All right, so we're gonna do some black trees. Dip it in there. Here we go. Some Blair Witch Project type stuff happening back there. Very, very thin lines. Oh, that's too much right there. Got a little bit of ink on my hand right there. So we'll do that. See if I can make the base versus the top of the trees a little bit pronounced. See if I can do that with this brush. I think I can. All right. Try it over here too. Okay, that worked out better than I thought it was. Than I thought it would. Let's see. And down here, we're just gonna make kind of like some valleys going through, or have some trees going through here like this. Now I can get me a decent amount of ink. Just have them go like this. And so that's kind of in the background back there. Now I'm thinking about maybe putting a sun or something up there. And a little bit more. I don't think I'm getting, there we go. Now we're getting ink on here. This is enough to do what I need to do. Yes, yeah, and again, this is, I can see why, this brush costs what it does. This is a nice, a very nice brush. And I mean, it only cost me like I think like $13 when it's all said and done. It wasn't as expensive as it could have been. All right. So, um, what I'd like to do is something with these trees to make them stand out. I'm going to actually clean this brush real quick because yeah, I don't want that brush getting messed up. So we're going to do that and kind of let that drip dry there for a moment, so that doesn't get ruined. In fact, let's do it like that. Okay, we're going to lay that there. Now I want these trees to stand out a little bit more. I like this action over here. I don't know what it's going to be, but I do like that it's doing something. All right, so let's see. This is kind of a darker green. I think I'm going to do that. There we go. And use that darker green to make it stand out more. Are we going to, now we are trying, if you're late, we're trying to save an art piece, trying to balance it out a little bit and make it into something. We started off with nothing, so we didn't know what we were going to do. Now, see, this would have been nice if it like just if we had a space where it could go up in there. I might see if I could do something. Uh, Maybe put a little bit of white down, and then come back to it after it dries. But right now, we're going to get these darker trees up front here. This isn't going to be a whole tree, but just to get the idea. more of that. And now I'm going to add, I'm going to make this tree a little thinner so that we can see the other trees behind it. And I'm going to make it go all the way up, all the way up here. And what I'll do is I'll go back in later on with a little bit of ink and I'll take this part out. So it looks like, now let me be very careful doing this. I'm going to use this ridge brush here. I'm sure there's another name for this. I'm calling it a ridge brush, but I know that there's a different name for this brush. We're going to use that here. Let's get in there. And there we go. Right there. So that will be the tree that kind of stands out. Just like that. That'll stand out like that. And we can just get down in there. All right. That actually a little bit of salvation there for this piece. I'm going to try to come down here a little bit. Nah, it's not perfect. I think there could be. I'm gonna do that, but I don't like the way anything down here really turned out. So, see if I can address it by kind of making it merge in a little bit and making, you know, kind of making this kind of thing happen. That's iffy. This, that's just a lot going on over there. I'm gonna actually, because this is dry already, so we're gonna add some more of this in there. This is not anything big over here. This is just some kind of an abstract thing happening here. I started this one, and I just liked the way it looked when it was starting out, so I just kept at it. I think we can get a little bit more going at the top. We're going to keep it just like that. We're not going in for more water. We're going just ink. Well, we might go in with more water if we go for more color. So, all right. Now over here, I'm going to try to put a sun in there, but there should have been some stuff done to prepare for that, and that is in no way, shape, or form done. Um, guess I'm going to need to clean this off before I attempt something like that, especially with a lighter color. Um, okay, there's a possibility. Seeing a possibility, guys. I'm seeing a possibility. Look at this. All right. Crazy, right? All right. Or should I leave it like this? Should I leave it like that? Then I'm going to leave it like that. Or, I'll add just a little bit, just a little bit of yellow. Just a little bit. All right, now I can't do. Here we go. All right, so wow, wow, we did something here. We saved this one. All right, we saved that one. This one's an abstract, so we can let that flow. But we saved this one over here. Very, very nice. Uh, let's see. I still would like to see kind of a difference. I'm going to put a little bit more green, a little bit more green up here to separate it from the background, the trees in the background. So that's what we got going on. I'm going to go ahead and kind of force this to dry up here, simply because this is ink, so that's going to be all right. Um, I'm iffy on doing that for this one, but I'm going to do it anyway. Okay, fair enough. I can fix this up right now. There we go. No problem. All right, so let's peel it off and see what we got. For those of you who are just joining in or just passing through, this is washi tape, and it peels off a lot nicer. I don't know, it peels off about. I think that peels off a little bit nicer than the blue tape. And it's also a little bit thinner. Well, it's a lot thinner actually because blue tape is thick. I'm still going to use it, but I'm going to switch to this for stuff like this. And as you can see, I haven't torn any of the actual surface, so that's it's always a good start. Let me see if I can pull this. Oh, yep, that's nice. That did it. All right, so ta-da! All right, so we have a kind of landscape over here, which I thought we were going to lose this landscape, but we didn't. We got it. And we have a kind of an abstract piece over here. Um, if I put some red down there, it could be like fire. We got green going up here and red coming down there. That's interesting. You know what? Let's try it. Uh, let's see. Let's try it a little bit. See what we got. See if we can do that. It's like you got a little bit of something happening, a little bit of action happening right there. But I don't want to go in too much though. All right, guys, that is it. So thank you guys for joining me tonight. This was a little bit kind of off the cuff. As you could tell, I did have kind of an idea earlier, but I wanted to do some actual watercoloring. So I hadn't done any in a while, and I wanted to do some. So uh, this is what you got. And if you don't know, even when you don't do something that's super amazing, watercoloring, water painting in general, like that whole kind of thing is very relaxing, and it feels very, very good to do it. It just kind of puts your mind at ease. So I do enjoy that, and I haven't been doing it even in my sketchbook, which is something I want to get back to as well. Hold on, guys. Let me make sure that this particular brush right here is clean. What exactly happened to my paper I was using? All right, well, we're gonna set this right here, and we're just like I said, we're just gonna let it drip dry. We're not gonna worry about it. All right, and so that's it, guys. You take it easy, Nathan Brendan Masters. I will be live streaming with the Breakfast Club tomorrow. I'm going to try to get in there and live stream with them. And I don't know if we're going to do it every Saturday, but uh, I will be popping in on some of those because that's fun. If you guys remember a year or so ago, I used to do the Wednesday show on the Breakfast Club channel, and not the big radio station, but it's a little YouTube channel. It's a commentary channel. It's about politics and things like that. But it wasn't really like a YouTube commentary channel where like you're. I would discuss YouTubers every once in a while, but it was really about politics and uh, social stuff. It was about those kind of things. But you guys take it easy. Nathan Brennan Masters. See you next time, guys. Hasta.